and welcome to Unews for this Tuesday, July 30th. I'm Lorraine Cáceres, filling in for Carolina Sarasa. And yet another shooting to tell you about at this hour. At least 2 people killed this morning at a Mississippi Walmart. New details on the shooting in Gilroy, California that claimed the lives of 3 innocent people, among them 2 children. Police now revealing new information on the suspect and the weapon he used. They tried to figure out possible motive. Salvador Duran joins us from Gilroy. And it's time for round 2. Tonight marks the start of the second Democratic debate, a 2-night affair with 20 presidential candidates making their pitch to the American people. On the stage tonight, former Texas Representative Beto O'Rourke, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, Ohio Representative Tim Ryan, Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren, and author Marianne Williamson. With us to talk about what to expect and California's governor has signed a new law that requires presidential hopefuls to release 5 years of tax returns. If the returns aren't released, the candidate cannot get a spot on California's primary ballot. The law goes into effect immediately, and it's inspired by President Trump's refusal to release his tax returns. It appears likely the president will fight back. Trump has spent 4 consecutive days sharply criticizing the living conditions in Baltimore and accusing political leaders, a city governed largely by Democrats. The president now saying Democrats there have stolen and mismanaged federal funds. Democrats, meanwhile, continue to condemn president's rhetoric.
Today, the president asserted that many members of the African-American community in Baltimore have actually expressed gratitude in recent days for his attacks on Congressman Elijah Cummings, offering no support, though, to back up those claims. Lorraine, now back to you.
Thank you, Andrea. President Trump's recent negative comments about Baltimore offended many Americans, the president slamming the city as a rat and rodent-infested mess. However, it is also the place where Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner's family, owns thousands of apartments. As Rafael Rodriguez reports, those properties have had hundreds of code violations, including for rat and rodent infestation, and now are facing a major new class action suit. Weeks after the president lashed out at 4 congressional women of color, Republican Senator Rand Paul now offering to help pay for a minority congresswoman to return to the country she fled as a child. The Courier, a massive data breach impacting over 100 million people. A woman is now facing charges accused of hacking Capital One credit card applications and accounts. Paola Byron has the details. And there's much more ahead, including the incredible Florida, where the 2 women at the center of a racist rant caught on camera are now getting help from their victim. The video shows the women telling a Burger King manager in the town of Eustis to, quote, go back to Mexico. But the women later apologized. And as Nidia Cavazos tells us, the manager is now offering them a helping hand. A decision made by Attorney General William Barr on Monday will make it harder for some immigrants to seek asylum in the United States. Under the new ruling, family members of crime victims or people fleeing persecution in their home countries are no longer recognized as a vulnerable group eligible for asylum. Dulce Castellano explains.
This decision doesn't change other aspects of this immigration relief. Children under 21 years old or spouses of those who already won their cases may continue to qualify for asylum. In Los Angeles, Dulce Castellanos, Unews.
Hundreds of faith leaders from around the country gathered in El Paso, Texas on Sunday and Monday to protest the immigration policies advanced by the Trump administration. They say their aim is to highlight the immoral way immigrants are being treated by those in power. Josie Garcia has more. And 2 California professors are gaining attention for their creativity along the border wall. Check this out. They installed seesaws on the border fence. It allows people to St. Louis, Missouri, where a man made a gruesome discovery after his mother's recent death. He says he found a dead baby in her freezer, and that's apparently been there for years. Ricardo Arambari has more. School authorities in Columbus, Ohio say 3 middle school students could have killed their teacher. They apparently used bananas to make her have an allergic reaction. All of the students involved have now been sentenced to probation through juvenile court. Jorge Hernandez has the details. Coming up, details on a massive cocaine. We're learning new details about a Mexican power lawyer who has famous clients like former President Enrique Peña Nieto. Juan Collado is in jail accused of money laundering. Here's Andres Echevarria. And your health news is straight ahead with 2 new ways technology can cool you down this hot summer. But first, details on a new high-tech contact lens. Annabelle Sedano has the scoop in today's Tech Report.
Hi there, and we begin your tech news with this. Scientists are talking up a new, that's 2 hours of walking around in about 100 degrees. Wouldn't that be interesting? Something to think about, gals. I'm Annabelle Sedano, and that was your daily dose of tech news. Have a good one.
Katy Perry is facing a big setback in court. A jury unanimously decided her chart-topping song, Dark House, copied a Christian rap song. Miriam Arias reports.
So the case will now head over to a penalty phase. Here the jury decides what the defendants must do next. So basically what is owed for copyright infringement. Now, Lorraine, I want to talk to you about another story. So let's move on from Katy Perry to Cardi B, who is getting quite political. Now, the American rapper shared a picture on her Instagram.
For today, we hope you'll join us tomorrow. Goodbye.